what happens if we lean back as far as you can? So where is the pressure on your legs?
Once I'm like leaning back, it's more like here and not so much. Yeah. Less pressure.
In these boats, that's right, you can't hear it anyways, but we'll do it.
No, my ears are
in these boats, and in any boat, nowadays in modern boats, you will not be stuck in your kayak if you tip over. So we can eliminate that concern. But you might think you're stuck, and your body might think you're stuck. And when that happens, our brain goes into the mode of stand up. Okay, that's just what we do, especially when we're underwater. It's actually the thing we don't want to do. So if you stand up, if this is standing up, right? And now it's locking my thighs into my boat. So now I feel stuck, so it's even worse. And that's why when people tip over, you see them like this going, right? They're kind of struggling like this at the back of their boat. If we tug forward, that takes the pressure off and we just tumble out of our boats. Okay, does that make sense? So go ahead and do that. Lean back and then tug forward and see if you can feel that release of pressure on your legs.
Yeah.
So the way we get out of our boats when we're upside down is the way we got into them. So we're just gonna tuck forward a little bit and then just push ourselves out. We'll tumble right out. Now, if we were out there though, and we did tip over, and we haven't practiced this much, and we kind of go into that stand-up mode back here, we may feel stuck and it's going to be really uncomfortable. There is a way that we can help you get out from underneath your boat, and that's what we're going to show you guys how to do next. From the sup, how we flip that sup over, right? What do you remember about that?
Going to one side of the boat.
Okay.
As you can.
Okay. So that may work or may not work in a kayak.
Okay.
But why did it work? Why were you able to flip it over? What were we thinking about creating? It wasn't your brute strength.
Maybe creating a shorter amount of contact with the board in the water to lift it out slightly, so you're essentially lifting less forward.
Okay. But how did you do that?
Oh, the counterweight.
Yeah, the counterweight, right? So we're trying to find out where those leverage advantages that we can get. That's exactly a really good way to think about it. You were getting your behind way out over there, falling back, and that's what gave it the leverage.
Yep.
A little bit tougher in a kayak this size. Some bigger kayaks you can climb on and do it just like we did on the subs. You guys have already done that. In this type of kayak, all we're trying to do is get up on here as much as we can to grab onto that coaming,
Yep.
and then we just fall back, and that's all it'll take.
Okay.
And we're just leveraging it back. So you're just finding this is the hardest part,
Okay.
and then you just fall back.
Okay.
Okay? So give that a go on the empty boat. Enough? So one thing I want to say with this, in these, we do still have that idea of stop, assess, formulate, execute, but it goes quick because there's not much time, right? This is an oxygen-deprived environment, so you kind of got to make your move, not hesitate and go. Let's see, I'm supposed to do what?
Okay, right.
So you know what?
You're not breathing.
So what are you gonna do?
Correct. She's gonna flip over. I'm gonna climb up and over, feel for the coaming, and use my counterweight to
Just fall back.
fall back.
Yeah. So the key piece is finding that cone.
Right.
Be patient with that, because if you're just flailing away trying to find it, that's gonna make
Okay.
you panicky too. Take your time, find that thing that you're gonna grab onto, and then fall back. Okay? And then you'll lean back once you feel it grab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Whenever you're
Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So let's try it
Know what I did
again.
wrong.
So let's stop for a second.
Yeah. Nah,
What'd you feel? Yeah, how'd you feel about it?
I didn't feel like I was as confident grabbing this like you told me to, and then I felt like I was trying to use my arms more than my actual weight. And that's kind of...
So where do you think the coaming will be the closest to you when this boat's upside down?
Probably in the middle.
Yeah. this is sticking the farthest over here. So if this was upside down, that's going to be closest.
I was trying to grab this thinking her body would be in the way, but it's not.
No, because her body's
Right.
next to you. So this is
Yeah.
where you're trying to
Okay.
go to, right in there. Just
Okay.
jam your hand in, and that's what you want to
Okay.
get her right here. Because that's going to be the closest for you to reach, and it'll
Okay.
give you the most fun.
All right. Go.
Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Much better. Much better.
Nice.
Don't be afraid just to fall back in the water. You got to
Yeah.
get everything you can. And I know it's kind of shallow, so it's a little. Good. Awesome.